Good morning again. It's Michelle with Michelle Lokerson Blog, and this is your short biography today of Corrie ten Boom, God's People and God's Ways. Before I get into reading that, if you guys will like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll know whenever I put the video out. And also on my other channel, Sweet Home Heaven, same thing. Like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know whenever I put out I read a chapter a day over there on Sweet Home Heaven. Today we read Acts chapter 22. I also read the no, that's it. Over there, that's where I read the chapter a day. All right, so this is your short biography. Oh, and I've changed Michelle Lokerson Vlog. All right, Corrie ten Boom, God's People and God's Ways. Corrie ten Boom, born in 1892 and died in 1983, was a Dutch Christian who courageously sheltered Jews from Nazis during World War II. She survived her own imprisonment in a German concentration camp to tell her story in her book, The Hiding Place, and at speaking engagements around the globe, teaching millions of people to see God's grace in the darkest of circumstances. And I think we are seeing some dark days in here in the USA. Corrie grew up at Barjorristraat in Haarlem, Holland. The family lived above the watch shop they had owned since ten Boom's grandfather had opened it in 1837. Her mother and three aunts had died of various illnesses during the 1920s and 1930s. I'm sorry, guys. And her sister, Nollie, Nollie, and brother, Willem, Willem, had married and moved out of the house, but Corrie and her sister, Betsy, still lived with their father in 1940 when the Nazis invaded. Moved by Psalms 122:6, ten Boom's grandfather had begun a weekly service in 1844 to pray for the Jewish people and the peace of Jerusalem. Nearly 100 years later, the ten Boom family still regularly prayed for the Jews. In May of 1942, the family began to illegally shelter Jews and members of the Dutch resistance from the Nazis. Family and friends smuggled bricks and other building supplies into the house by hiding them in briefcases and rolled up newspapers, and a secret room was built in ten Boom's bedroom behind a sliding panel. The house that became known as the Hiding Place was raided by the Gestapo on February 28, 1944. The secret police force of the Nazis lay in wait and arrested anyone who arrived at the house that day. By evening, they had captured some 20 people, including the entire ten Boom family. But despite their meticulous search, the Gestapo was unable to find the 6 people hidden behind the false walls in ten Boom's bedroom. Within 2 days, the group was rescued and led to other safe houses. Four of the 6 survived the war. 10 days after his arrest, ten Boom's father died, having refused an offer of freedom in exchange for obedience to the Nazi regime. For the next 10 months, ten Boom and her sister Betsy were moved between camps where the sisters shared God's love in the midst of the horrors of the Holocaust. Betsy died at the Ravensbrück, Ravensbrück, death camp in Germany, but a clerical error allowed Corrie to walk free 1 week before all female prisoners her age were executed. After the war, Ten Boom began a ministry that took her to more than 60 countries, teaching the truth her sister had shared with her while in Ravensbrück. There was no pit so deep that God's love is not deeper still. When the Ten Boom encountered a former Ravensbrück prison guard at a church in Munich, where she had just delivered a speech about forgiveness, her mind immediately flashed back to a painful memory of her time at the camp. And this is her quote, "It came back with a rush, the huge room with its harsh overhead lights, the pathetic pile of dresses and shoes in the center of the floor, the shame of walking naked past this man. I could see my sister's frail form ahead of me, ribs sharp beneath the parchment skin. Betsy had died in that place." As the former guard expressed his gratefulness to hear Ten Boom's message, his desire to receive her forgiveness as well as God's, he raised his hand to shake hers. She recoiled, but as she prayed for Jesus to somehow enable her to forgive him, she reached out her hand and was suddenly flooded with the love for the man who was once her captor. Yeah, that's an amazing story. All right, guys. I'm probably be door dashing. I may come back on here and do a short video or, throughout the day. But if I do, it'll be over on Michelle Okerson, or this one, Michelle Okerson vlog. All right, guys. Love y'all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.